Please, Cameron, don't follow me again. Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi.
I wish that my room was as foggy as Servo's was.
Bro.
His WWE entrance.
You gotta,
Does that help?
It takes effort.
And I need a lot more vapes.
Yeah.
Cameron?
John next cast with 6 vapes hanging out of his mouth.
So what are you guys talking about? I don't vape.
His room's just smoky.
Well, hello.
So welcome,
everyone.
chat. Welcome.
You've walked into another hot mess brought to you by Remnant Gamers.
We're gonna have like a timer going for how long until my camera falls, because it's fallen twice before we went live.
Hence the hold up. But yes. So this is January 5th, 2020 at around 6:30ish p.m. Eastern. We are Remnant Gamers.
And Happy New Year to everybody.
Oh yeah.
This is our first cast of the new year. Happy New Fears.
New fears. Oh god.
Yeah. Get rid of your old fears. That's the resolution. You get rid of the old fears,
new one.
and then you bring in the new fears.
Yeah.
To answer your question, Blade, the answer is yes.
Always.
You know,
Always. Constantly.
fuck being afraid of spiders. Now I'm afraid of plastic. Terrified of it.
Don't be afraid of plastic.
Uh-oh.
New fears. Oh no! Oh god!
Oh god. So apparently Cash says, why does it sound like Jono is coming out of the left speaker? I don't know. Sounds like your speaker has issues. I don't know.
Okay, so I was having weird issues with audio before.
Yeah.
On my stream. Oh god, hold on. There's a thing.
It'll be fine.
Just don't have the camera fall.
Everyone who's watching, just set your audio to mono, and you'll be in good shape.
Yeah.
Hey, look. All of his voices.
Jono is totally multi-dimensional. He's not, he's not one-dimensional. He's a fully rounded, well-rounded individual.
Why you gotta call them like that?
You trying to say fat? That's rude.
So rude.
Are you calling me fat? Don't.
No.
What?
Chibi, how fucking dare you?
What?
Fix your audio, Jono. You don't even know what you're looking for.
Kicking 2020 off right with a nice
Jono,
fight.
we can see the
I know. I'm well aware.
I was like, wait, what happened?
Okay. Do I come through both ears now? Okay. I'm coming in both ears now.
Both of my ears.
All right.
Oh my. Okay.
See? Look, Bullet Lag called it. You did call me round. What the fuck?
See?
I did not.
Isn't
How
this
dare
all
you?
the content y'all tuned in for?
Of course.
Absolutely.
You can't start a stream without having some technical difficulties and shit. That's how Twitch works.
That is my life.
If you don't start the stream and then go, oh shit, everything just broke.
Oh, whoops! There's my penis.
That's only if you're partnered.
Oh yes.
So I want to talk about the most important topic we could even talk about, which is how supposedly Mac is debating on making a PC. Like, I really want to talk about. I want to talk about this. Okay, we need to start with this topic right now.
Well, okay, let's start with it like this though. Why is that the most important thing for you? I'm just curious. I have nothing against Mac.
I have a Mac and I'm like, yay!
Do you like? Are you an Apple person? Are you guys Apple people?
I'm not.
I'm indifferent.
Not.
I like Mac laptops, but I mean, I don't.
Because
really...
I'm like,
So-
Google everything. Everything is Google.
As am
I
I.
use Google Chrome on my MacBook though, so
It's
I mean.
because Safari is terrible.
See, the only thing
Yeah, but I'm talking device-wise, like
No.
Google
So
Pixel.
they said that the PC they're looking into building and everything, it's going to cost $5,000. The only issue I have with that is that $3,000 of that is because it has an Apple on it.
Yes.
Yeah, probably.
Exactly. That's what I'm wondering. What could it possibly have in it that warrants a $5,000
Well,
price?
apparently they're working with Razer, I guess, and a
Okay.
couple other companies. So I guess it's maybe the parts that are getting put in it. I don't know.
Well,
Yeah.
Razer only makes
So what'll happen is
peripherals.
they'll come out with it. It'll be called like I don't know. Let's think of a name. The Eye Tower. It'll be called the Eye Tower. And
Yeah.
but they'll call it
That'd be
Eye
great.
Tower, and then next let's see, it's January. Next January, let's say they come out with it right away. Next January they come out, they're gonna have the Eye Tower too, and you're gonna have to spend another
No, no, no,
$5,000.
no. It'll be the iTower S.
Oh yeah, they have to come out with the S
Mhm.
first.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then make a smaller one, the
Yeah.
iTower XS.
Yeah,
And then-
exactly. Oh,
Yeah.
do you want
I mean-
the 1 terabyte or the 2 terabyte?
Now the other issue with that is that if they're working with Razer, that's also not a great thing. Like
Yeah.
Razer makes fantastic peripherals. I use them for everything. They don't make great PCs, or they don't make cheap PCs.
No.
I was gonna say the PCs are pretty good. They're just expensive.
Yeah, they're
Yeah,
just
The
problem
Razer
with
Blade,
that.
for
Yeah.
instance, is good.
So
I've,
is
I've
Mac.
used them.
Apparently, their reports claim that the PC would be like an all-in-one that's along the lines of a Razer Blade 17 Pro.
See,
So
that's pretty good.
that's what they're aiming for. But that's, I mean, this is a rumor at this
Well,
point. If
yeah,
they're going to
that's-
do it, they
yeah,
won't announce
but
anything
still.
till this summer anyway.
Yeah.
But-
Yeah.
It still
I
doesn't
mean-
justify the price tag.
That's literally everything I bitch about, though, is because it kind of sucks for people who just have Mac product. I mean, not that I'm against getting a PC, but for someone who doesn't want to go and buy a PC, like there should be streaming abilities or gaming abilities for those who want to have a Mac. I mean,
well, there are, but you run
Yeah, they are.
you run the dual PC setup. You run it
I've
to
streamed
where
from,
Well-
I've streamed from my iMac before.
yeah, well, I'm talking about things like using like Streamlabs or other stuff like that. They do not support Mac OS X. They don't support Macs, which sucks. So I
yeah,
mean,
that's
I don't
why
know
you
if-
run Windows on your Mac.
But why would I do that? That's
Yeah,
like
exactly.
that's contrary to, I don't know. I don't want to do that. Then I wouldn't. Then I'd go get a
OS X
PC.
on your Windows desktop.
I mean, we're primarily a Mac household also. I mean, I have my two iMacs and we have iPhones, but price is a big thing for me.
Yeah,
With
oh,
us
yeah.
being a family of four, and with this saying that $5,000 is on the low end, and you can configure it up to $52,000. I have not found something other than my house that I would pay $50,000 for, much less a gaming PC.
Well, I
So
mean,
the-
the article says it would cost.
I'll be right
up
back.
It would cost as much as 5,000.
Yeah,
So it
you can
doesn't sound like
configure
it'd
it.
be much more, but yeah. I mean, I feel like don't you end up spending that much anyway if you really want to have a fully
Are you
like
talking about 5 or
or like a
52,000?
PC?
Oh
5,000.
hell no!
5,000.
Okay.
No, not
No, it is
52.
less
Oh,
than that.
God.
Okay, I was,
Yeah, no,
No. I would cry.
Chibi, I built an absolute fucking monster PC last year. I spent $2,100, and I really could have skimped on a couple of the parts. I just wanted it to look pretty. Like $300 to $400 of that $2,100 were aesthetics, just because I wanted it there. I could have rolled it back if I didn't want it to look pretty.
I would
Like,
do the
so-
same thing.
But
I mean,
this handles
for me,
fucking
if I had the money, I would do the
everything.
same thing
It handles everything.
as you. But at the same time, I'm always looking for a deal. Like my
yeah.
right.
my gaming
Right.
PC that I use is, I think it sold for like $850, like when it was on sale,
Hmm.
and I got it secondhand from somebody, and
That
so
works.
I mean, yeah, I got lucky. But for me, that product line, even again, it's just a rumor. It doesn't seem like it would really interest me unless someone was like, "Hey, I'm trying to get rid of my iTower. What do you think? $500?" I'd be like, "Yo."
I guess
Yeah.
I have so many friends who, yeah, they get a PC for, obviously a very good price, but then they end up having to replace so many parts, or like, oh, the motherboard isn't working now, I have to get a new one, or there's so many parts that don't work all of a sudden, and then you have to buy more parts, or I don't know. I guess I just always feel like it starts out low, but then things could probably not work, and then you start having to replace parts, and then it ends up being kind of that amount anyway.
I
But I
do
don't
have
know.
to say, like I said, we're primarily a Mac household, but I am being lured to the dark side with PC,
Do it.
and that just replacing the part aspect of it seems more viable to me because the things I've run into in the past with my Mac is you can't replace the
That's
parts. It's
true.
the
Yeah, if one
whole
thing
thing.
messes up, it's the
Yeah.
You
whole
have to
thing.
replace the whole thing.
It's true.
Especially if they're going the all-in-one route. Like
Right.
when PCs did the all-in-one, like the monitors that had all the hardware in the back, like you
Yep.
still could replace parts, but my God, it was an absolute nightmare.
Yeah, and you had to use parts that were made specifically for that all-in-one,
You had to
case.
match the form
Mm.
factor.
Exactly.
It was just fucking abysmal.
So chat's chiming in on this also.
Oh
Uh,
yeah.
Bullet Lag was asking, what would you play on it? Also said a $5 grand laptop better change the world around me. It better have
Right.
ability to upgrade like the new Alienware laptop.
Agreed.
Blade says that that's a good point. Macs don't tend to be very upgradable. Well, yeah,
Yeah,
and
they don't.
so yeah, whew.
I mean, like I said, this is all like rumor. I mean, we don't
Yeah.
even know, but it
Hmm.
it would be interesting. I'm not gonna lie and say I'm not interested, but I'm definitely interested to see what they do because
Yeah.
maybe it would be good for families who don't want to get their kids some crazy customizable something. Maybe they just want to get them something so they could do so. It's like a simpler way to get their kids to maybe do some type of online gaming that
Mhm.
I don't know.
That all-in-one
Good to
aspect.
start. I don't know, but it'll
You-
depend on price.
You could just buy it right there and then be like, here you go game.
Yeah, go play your Fortnite. Call it a
mean-
day.
To me, it seems like if it was gonna be real, then more than likely what they would market it towards would be like those type of people who they want like a desktop PC with gaming aspects, but more than likely they probably end up using it more for like video editing and things like that, where
Yeah.
a powerful graphics processor up to what we're talking about, $52,000, is that a possibility? Because a lot of people do that with camera and video equipment where they'll go all in on something like a red camera and all the accessories because A, they've got the money, and B, they're usually trying to impress somebody. So to have all that gear plus the brand new, highfalutin iTower, oh, that's what I'm calling it from now on.
Yep.
Oh, we're still on the iTower. Okay.
Is a very like shiny option to go after to try and be like, hey, this is what I use to produce all my shit, and for the person that's going to be potentially paying you to do it to go, oh,
Look,
okay,
the
Yeah.
only
more
thing,
money.
Yeah.
the only thing I'm saying,
there.
if I'm dropping 52 grand on a new iTower, it better be the next holodeck with a Tony Stark operating system.
$52,000. You best not
I would
buy it. I
definitely
will
do
judge
that.
you.
If it's the next holodeck, I put 52 grand in there.
I'm 100% in on that.
And
Oh
if
my
it comes
God.
with a Tony Stark operating system to where I can just sit there and just okay, then yeah, I can see where 52 grand is coming in there.
I don't know what that is.
Hell yes.
I'll take three.
Oh my God.
Totally agreed.
I mean, but yeah, I'm interested to see it. I figured that would be a good debatable topic to start.
Oh yeah.
Quick thing that I just remembered.
What was that?
It's less than 3 months until Animal Crossing comes out on the Switch.
Ooh.
You're correct.
So many people are so
Do you know?
excited.
Do you know what else is less than 3 months away now?
What's that?
The Final Fantasy VII remake.
Yeah, bro. That was the other one I was gonna.
Do you know what already leaked all across the internet?
I
The
heard the PC
whole
code.
the whole demo. The whole demo from start to finish has leaked. It's apparently supposed to be an hour long, and we might get it next week.
What?
I'm hoping.
Oh shit!
Servo's gonna have a heart attack.
Yeah.
I want it.
I have held back for so long. Like, it's been 3 days since it was uploaded, and I'm like, I can't look at it. I can't watch it. I have to experience it.
Yeah,
But it's so
Well,
hard.
until it's that moment.
It's so hard.
So, I feel like we should definitely have a moment for games that we're currently excited about each week, like at the beginning.
Oh,
I think
man.
Yeah.
like right now feels like a good time to talk about it.
Yeah.
Oh God, I don't even know.
I mean, hey, we're at the beginning of the year. What's everyone excited for this year?
Mine's
know
gonna be
about
the
Cyberpunk.
same.
Not all at once.
Cyberpunk, yeah.
I know, right?
I heard
Cyberpunk.
Cyberpunk.
Yeah.
Mine's the same as it was a while ago. So
Watch Dogs Legion. Still gonna be looking at that.
Granny Hacker.
Yep.
Ghost of Tsushima.
Yep.
Ghost of Tsushima.
Totally agreed.
That's gonna be a big
That's gonna be
one.
one.
And
April, Resident Evil 3.
Ooh.
see now I'm not gonna get that one probably.
I'll be all about it.
Yeah, that's gonna be on my guaranteed gets of this year.
And then I already have Final Fantasy VII pre-ordered,
True.
so
Ghost
that
of
one's already
Tsushima is,
set.
like, my number one. What about Dragon Ball Z Kakarot? Like where
Oh,
are
yeah.
my DBZ?
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
That's on my Steam wish list.
Ah,
Gotta
that's
have
in
my DBZ
2 weeks.
RPG.
Yeah, that's in 2 weeks. I really want that one to be great because the GBA game when you're single player playing as Goku was fantastic.
It was.
Yeah.
I want a single player Dragon Ball Z game again.
Amen.
Yeah. That'd be fun.
It would be. I'm trying to think of what other games there were.
There's actually there's quite a few.
There's
Now I'm thinking
tons.
about it. Let
I
me.
know I'm waiting for Marvel's Avengers.
Oh yeah. Oh man.
Yeah.
There's been
That one. That one looked like originally I was gonna be like, oh, this is like Ultimate Alliance, but it looks
Yeah.
a little bit like less characters, but like scaled up, which is cool.
Right.
I like that.
I think they were going for
Good.
Yeah, I think hopefully they're going for that Spider-Man feel that they did.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So I need more scary games, so I think Dying Light 2 is gonna be one for
Mm.
me. that
I
I'm
love
excited
Dying Light.
about. I'll need some scary games. I like the scary games.
I never played the first one, but I heard that the parkour element of it was like made it really really fun.
it made it ridiculous to the point where about halfway through the game, you stop playing a survival zombie game and you start playing Spider-Man.
Hell
Yeah.
yeah.
Just, like, all over the
That's
place.
so accurate. That's so damn accurate.
I had
I
a
haven't heard anybody get excited about Halo or Half-Life. Like nobody's
Not me.
excited about.
so
I mean,
No.
I'm excited
No
about
one's
Half-Life
excited about
being one of the only people here who has a VR. I found out that I already have Half-Life Alyx. They just gave it to me for free.
Oh,
Really? Oh, that's awesome.
Yep.
yeah.
well, there you go.
Apparently, if you have a Vive already, they just give you Half-Life Alyx.
Damn, that's cool.
Okay.
Right.
So I'm just waiting for it so I can install it.
Jono, we can't co-op on VR, can we?
We can on certain games.
Oh,
There's a lot of multiplayer. Like we can do multiplayer games and we can do co-op games. Dungeon Knight is like a dungeon crawling co-op game, and then which I have, and then Pavlov is basically Counter-Strike in VR. We can do full multiplayer. There's
they have to have the Vive, right? You got the Vive. You got the VR, the Vive.
you can have any VR headset. You can have the Oculus or the Vive.
Oh, okay.
And then there's also like a tabletop simulator, so we can play board games in VR.
Shut your mouth.
Oh yeah, I forgot to tell you
right.
about that because I got gifted that on Christmas from one of my people, like one of my community members. They gifted me tabletop sim, and I was like,
Oh,
okay,
stop. That's so cool.
I can play a couple tabletop games. And then I looked at the backlog of all the downloadable ones, and I literally downloaded every board game that I've ever seen ever.
Hold on,
I've
I'm
got
changing my
Gloom.
purchase.
I've got Gloom. I've got Betrayal in the House of the Hill.
Oh my god. dude, I
Arkham
love
Asylum, or not Arkham Asylum, Arkham Horror, Call of Cthulhu, everything. I was playing Pokemon with one of my friends on Tabletop Sim when I got it.
Oh, there we go. One person wears the headset and the other person uses the controllers. Oh God.
Yep.
That would be.
You can have it just regular PC, just view. Like you can play it on the PC or you can play it in the Vive.
Yes.
I love
what
Tabletop
about,
Sim.
It's coming out actually next month. Is Ori, the second Ori in the world?
Ah, I was just
You
about
guys-
to mention that.
I was gonna say, are you guys getting that? Because I probably won't, but it looks really fun.
I don't think I will, but it looks great. Along those indie lines too, the Hollow Knight DLC.
Oh yeah,
That one is a 100% buy for me.
really?
Mm-hmm.
I never finished the first one. I found it to be like too confusing.
It's very confusing. It's very Metroidvania.
I was like,
But I loved it. It's
A lot
up
of
there
my
with
friends
Celeste
are
for me.
excited. Yeah.
mhm.
A lot of my friends are excited for No More Heroes 3. And for
I
I've
was
never played that one.
I was hyped about the trailer that we saw at the Game Awards for No More Heroes until they announced that it was a No More Heroes game. Like everything about the beginning half of that was so cool, and then they were like, "Oh, here's Travis Touchdown." I was like, "Nope, I'm out."
But what the game that we really all have to remember that is going to come out this year that I know we're all so excited for.
Just Dance 2020.
No,
Finally.
Predator Hunting Grounds.
I knew that was gonna come up eventually. I knew that was gonna.
Sorry.
I saw that in chat. I haven't actually seen that game. What is it?
God damn it.
We're gonna,
Oh,
you know what? We're gonna
Oh,
build.
let's go ahead and let
We're
Bruce
gonna
take this
build-
one. It's
We're
just
gonna build so much hype around that damn game just because everyone wants to see Moose play it and just have a nuclear nerd reaction on
I'm
front
just
of
waiting for him to play it and somehow maybe kind of like it and not hate it
I'm
as much as he thinks.
Does it look bad?
no. Okay, look. So I'll y'all in chat who have been with us for a while here. Y'all know my feelings on it. So Servo. So it's an asymmetric game where it's like 4 soldiers, 5 soldiers. I think it's 4 versus 1 predator plus the environment. So it's a PvEVP game.
Oh,
Sounds good. It's like Evolve.
It's
like
Evolve.
I was just
basically.
about to say it's like Evolve. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
Evolve. So we're
Okay,
sounding
now I would
good.
hate it.
Well, no, I loved Evolve, especially
Oh, really?
stage 2. Stage 2, when Turtle Rock was finally given the free reign to work with
You're
it. Stage
speaking
2 was
Greek to me, bro. I have no idea what that is.
yeah. So I'll have a big Evolve rant at some point because I really did love that game. Back when I streamed, it was like my mainstay.
We will do an episode just for this for Musou,
Yeah.
just for you. For
Yeah,
the-
I'll probably
Musou
talk
explains
about
the
it.
history of Evolve.
Yeah, and I'll probably, but the reason I harp on it so much is the fact that Predator Hunting Grounds, is like that. It's an asymmetric PvEVP, and I live and breathe anything Predator, Aliens, you name it. Like, just those two franchises
Okay,
are like
cool.
both sides of my heart, and it sounds wonderful on paper. It's like, who doesn't want to be the Predator jumping through trees and shit and blasting and using the triangle shit, and they got the female hunters in it and shit too. Like, they're bringing all the the novelization characters into this fucking game. Sounds wonderful.
I was gonna say that actually sounds kind of cool. I like that.
But the producers behind it, the developers, I should say,
and here's the catch.
they're the same people who brought us the Friday the 13th game. And if you delve even further back into their history, they also were responsible for for one of the elements of it's that game that's never finished space game. Not Elite Dangerous.
Don't you say
Star
no,
Citizen?
guy.
Star
Citizen.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the guys behind Predator Hunting Grounds were also responsible for a module in that game that never got finished, and then they just dropped out of it. They fucked up Friday the 13th badly, and then just blamed it on a lawsuit that only said, "Hey, you guys can't make new stuff." But then they went ahead and turned it around and told the community, "We're just not going to do anything. Fuck this game." And then they released a couple bug fixes and stuff, patches later down the road to satiate the community. It ended up breaking more things than it fixed, and then they just said fuck it and washed their hands of it, and then went and turned around and sold it on Switch in that broken state months after those promises. Then if you go even further into their past,
What?
it's
Dude.
just further into their past
Wow,
of games.
bro.
It's just a graveyard of unfinished titles, buggy games that they just bailed ship on. They just have a ceaseless history of fucking shit up. And now that they already fucked up Friday the 13th, my love of horror games, they fucked that up. I bought into that shit. Like, they had everything going into it that they could possibly have needed to make it wonderful, and then they shit on it. And now they're getting Predator, and they're gonna fucking shit on that. And all I wanted was a Predator game that was worth its fucking salt.
Moose has got a room in his house that's got all the games that this company's made on a wall with a bunch of notes and strings and
Yeah, you know that meme where he's like,
all like stretched across, and he's like, "See, this is where the problem started, right here."
So yeah, like, and but as promised on our very first cast as the Remnants, I will buy it. I will stream it on this channel, and I will give my honest opinion of it. And trust me, no one more than me wants this to be a fucking masterpiece. I want this to be fun. I want this to be awesome. I want this to be the Predator that I want it to be. You know, I want it to be great. But I know that
awesome.
I know these motherfuckers only churn out shit and break shit and fuck shit up and piss people off like me.
Hashtag Moose Rage.
Maybe they'll change. Maybe they'll change. But you know what looks awesome already? Just from what they've already shown? Doom Eternal.
Yes.
Yeah.
yeah.
Doom Eternal is going to be so good.
It's going to be a lot of the same, but it's going to be good because it's a lot of the same.
Yeah.
And that's fine. Doom.
The same reason the Doom 2 was originally good. It was like, so you play Doom 1? All right.
Yeah, you're going to like Doom 2. And then we'll just forget that Doom 3 ever existed. Just fuck that one.
Okay.
Doom 3 fucking sucked.
Oh, that's right. I have to go add the countdown to our website.
Yeah, we got to have that countdown.
Countdown.
That's
It's
right.
it's 5 months. It's 5 months after the game drops.
Yep, that's the countdown.
That is the countdown.
After the game drops, that was my prediction, and I will hold to it.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I'm giving them more credit than I should, but I'm giving them 5 months.
Oh Lord.
5 months for what?
So I predicted my Nostradamus, instincts are kicking in here. And I'm predicting that 5 months after Alien or Predator Hunting Grounds drop,
Alien Elite
will be when they pull the fuck out, and then leave it a smoldering mess. 5 months.
Yeah, but you're hoping you're wrong.
I hope.
Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
I hope beyond hope that I'm 100% wrong. I hope I get to eat my own shit on this. Like, I hope I'm wrong. I don't think I am. I don't think I'm gonna be though.
That's against Twitch terms of service. I don't want you to eat your own shit on the Remnant chap.
Actually, I don't know if that's against TOS or not. I don't think that there's a specific ruling for that.
I'm gonna have to try that sometime.
I'm sure there's a line in there.
Yeah, I think
if no one wants to see it, you can't do it.
I think any type of defecation is against Twitch terms of service.
I mean, I'm sure the act of defecating, yes, but the consumption of.
If it's, you know what? If it's not, I'm writing a letter after the cast.
We're all gonna be just pulling up TOS and getting our little magnifying glass and going through it with each fine line.
Yeah.
Enhance.
I can eat poop. Finally.
So, speaking of people being wrong,
Eating poop.
yeah, no, speaking of eating shit,
Right.
Nintendo, the wonderful people who, prior to during the Wii cycle said online gaming is just a fad and will never become a big thing, has gone through and said cloud gaming isn't going to be large and consoles are not going away anytime soon.
There's some truth to that, but I could see why people would.
There's a little bit of truth to that, but
Yeah.
I don't know. It could just be an end all. Once we have a system that cloud gaming works on 100%, there's no reason to continue consoles.
Because I mean,
that's probably what they meant by that.
yeah, because based on what we got now, I can see how that statement could have some truth to it. Because the only thing out there is what the Stadia.
Well, the Stadia and then the promise of the xCloud.
The X.
Well, yeah.
Are we doing that from now on? The X.
xCloud.
Chibi, you have the X Cloud.
And
I joined going into
you know,
xCloud. I'm like, okay, xCloud. Yeah.
revival of whatever the fuck PlayStation's gonna do with the PlayStation Now stuff.
They're gonna play with it.
Oh man, you don't even know how excited I am about that. I'm so excited. Okay.
What?
What were y'all talking about? Because I went away for a moment.
We're talking about Nintendo
I'm so excited
having.
about that thing you're talking about. What are you talking about?
Yeah, that thing you're talking about.
Whoa,
don't
let's talk
just, like-
about that thing.
So I don't like completely go off topic.
We were talking about Nintendo probably being wrong again and continuing
about
the
whole online
trend.
Gaming.
Yeah.
Man.
Stroke your beard.
There's
Yeah.
online gaming on, on Nintendo. That's all.
Yeah.
What? Oh, is that what we're doing?
Is that what we're
But
doing?
speaking of online
Is that what we're
gaming,
doing?
since y'all mentioned PlayStation,
Mm-hmm.
as everyone trims their beard, I don't got that. So all right, I'll just play with my hair. All
There
right.
you go.
Hashtag beardcast.
Yeah, get your brush down, start brushing.
I ain't
your
got
hair.
no brush, bruh.
brush, brush.
Oh yeah.
Whatever.
You can
We're
borrow
gonna-
my brush. This
We're
is
gonna
the
get
brush.
you one of those those beanies that come attached with like a knitted
The
beard.
beard?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I can be one of the guys. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, PlayStation. So like PlayStation 5.
Bro.
Who's hype? Bruh. Who's hype? I'm hype.
I
Not
mean,
me, not yet. The only reason is I don't get attracted to consoles. I get attracted to the games that are on said console.
Well, the
Yeah,
reason
I just
I'm
fuck the console.
hyped because they've been talking. I've been hearing lots of rumors, and the more I read these articles, the more these rumors seem to be coming to fruition. But the rumor supposedly, the big thing that I guess PlayStation's been working on for a while, I guess, why they haven't done anything crazy other than, minor things. I guess they're supposedly making, the word is that they're going to be making everything, like every PlayStation catalog item available within the PlayStation 5, like complete backwards compatibility.
there's
All
been
right.
there's been a lot of rumors of that, but the only thing PlayStation has confirmed is that it will play PS4 games.
Well,
That's
yeah.
the only 100% confirmation that we've gotten from them.
Yeah, I
but
mean,
we do have their
rumor.
conference in a month that's supposed to show off
Yeah.
the system officially.
Yeah, I was gonna say the article I read that came out 2 days ago. Apparently, I guess their informant, who has provided information before that was successful, whatever, I don't know. But apparently, that's what their leaker, I guess, is that they're going to be doing backwards compatibility.
Why does
won't
that
be
sound
limited to
so
just
wrong?
PS4.
Can I-
The
sounds like
leaker. That's what they
theory-
called it. in
Can
the
no
article.
one-
They
can
called it
please-
a
No
No
leaker.
one ever call me a leaker. I don't want to be referred to as that.
He sounds like a
Informant.
serial pisser.
Yeah.
Like he's just going around pissing everywhere. It's like,
Apparently,
he's been a victim
apparently
of the
it will-
leaker.
It will extend all
Worst
the way back to the
supervillain
first
ever.
gen PlayStation. So
I saw that too. I
Yeah.
saw that rumor also. And that would be a
So,
good thing. Yeah,
we'll see.
if that's true, if it turns out to be true, I think that'd be a pretty awesome thing because their PlayStation Now is really not doing anything.
No.
And that was
Mhm.
where you were only supposed to be able to get PS1 and PS2 games. So if PS5 comes out and then they make it entirely backwards compatible, that would be, I feel, a major driving point for a lot of people to purchase the console.
Yeah, I
100%.
mean,
I agree.
apparently the article said that Sony's been working on this since 2012 to make a feature possible because apparently their mantra is everything everywhere. So apparently players who have purchased many PlayStation titles since the original console will be able to re-experience them on the new PS5. But apparently says he's been able to verify this information already, but we'll see. Hip Hop Gamer, I guess, is the source.
Hip Hop
Right.
Gamer's the leaker?
No, apparently this is according to Hip Hop Gamer, but
We need to
apparently the leaker is not. I
So
guess.
on top of that mantra,
Yeah, we need to get word to the PlayStation. That mantra sounds disgusting.
well, no,
Everything everywhere.
that mantra does sound a little disgusting, but also it sounds a little more like along the lines of a Stadia type of situation where they're like everything everywhere. Hey, you can play your games on everything. That's what it's sounding like. Which we already know that they have remote play. It's available for PC. It's available for phones, things like that. They finally just upgraded it so it actually works correctly after 5 years.
Doesn't PlayStation have a share option where you can let a friend play a game for?
Share play, yeah.
I think-
Yeah,
yeah,
I
share
actually played Kingdom Hearts 1 that way with Katie when she was up in Virginia. So I would just let her play Kingdom Hearts and come back every couple hours and reset it.
Everything everywhere.
Everything, everywhere.
And apparently, they also note that the PS5's GPU will have 3 modes to help it recognize discs for previous systems and adapt accordingly. Apparently, a separate report a few days ago revealed the same thing that's being rumored. So I guess we'll see. I mean, that would be dope if it could just recognize that I'm putting in a PS1 disc and let me play it.
Well, really,
Because that would be awesome.
really all they
Yeah.
need to do, and unfortunately, the only reason I know of how they would do it is because this is what was promised with the PS4 was that they would have the separate emulation cores for previous systems inside of the PS4. So they would have one smaller core running like the SCPH 1000 core for PlayStation, the 1002 or 1010 for PlayStation 2. I forget the notations, but they would have individual cores running those BIOSes. But then it comes to mind, wait, I know this is how they wanted to do it because this is what they said they were going to do with the 4. So that's why I'm kind of skeptical. Is like, oh yeah, I've heard all of this before directly from Sony.
And to respond to every level in the chat, the to hunt for old PlayStation games is actually really easy to do. Depending on the game, though, a lot of games are easily to find actually at like thrift places and flea markets and stuff. Oh my gosh, yeah. But it depends on the
Flea
game.
markets.
If it's
And
like a super
we've got
hard to
wonderful
find,
places here, like Video Game Rescue and stuff.
Video
And we've
game
got tons of
rescue.
flea markets all over the place that sell them like almost mint condition because I just
Sure.
don't think they realize what they have.
Mhm.
But a lot of hard to find JRPGs, though, those are going to be a little bit harder to get.
Yes.
But it's not too bad. I mean, I still have a lot of mine, so.
Like
You
Rule
know.
of Rose and any of the
Didn't we
Dog Hat
also-
games.
Oh,
Didn't
Tony
we also
Hawk Pro
talk
Skater.
about-
Tony Hawk Pro Skater.
fuck yeah.
In our
Sorry,
previous
I'm excited
iteration,
about
didn't we
that.
also mention GameStop was talking about getting back into the retro game? aspect?
Well, they do. It's all through their online retailer though, so it's specifically from their website. And it's doing okay. They're selling games. It's a little marked up, but it's another way to find them if you can't easily in your like local area.
In true GameStop fashion.
Yeah. You know.
So there are a couple of platforms out there that you can look up cool games. If you're not local, I mean, we have a place here as Chibi and Jonah previously mentioned, Video Game Rescue that we can check first for older games. But and then I guess it's not my personal preference, but GameStop if you can't find anything there.
Yeah. Sometimes you can get lucky, you know. So it just depends. But I mean, if the option's there and that's maybe what their big thing for this console is, that would be dope. I would be literally just playing nothing but Tony Hawk Pro Skater, the first one.
Hey, yeah.
So
We got
that's all
another-
I'd be playing for a while.
And the whole soundtrack just plays in my brain.
Oh yeah, another shout out in chat
Doing
Blade More
everything I
Ganis.
can.
is
For Emerald Dragon.
games. Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
I've been out there. They're really nice.
I actually have to make a trip up there.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
hearing a lot about it. I've talked to the owner a couple of times. I do need to make a trip up there to Emerald Dragon.
yep. I've gone out there and I bought magic cards from them a couple times. They're
Nice.
really friendly.
All right, that's a
Sweet.
shining endorsement if I've ever heard one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So yeah, you know, I'm excited. We'll see. I mean, they'll probably start announcing stuff if that's going to be the case in the next month or so. So we'll see.
Yeah, once we have the actual Sony conference in February, I think it's like February 20th or something, we'll probably have a better idea of what's gonna be in the system. But right now, all we have is rumors and leaks and the leaker.
The leaker.
The leaker.
The leak.
Exactly.
Guys,
I know
magical
we had
powers, just
mentioned
golden
earlier-
showers.
I know we had mentioned earlier before we kicked off the stream, we were talking about this esports tournament platform for adults.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
What was it? Something.gg? Low-key?
Lowkey.gg.
Yeah.
GG.
I really like this idea. So, from my understanding of what lowkey.gg is effectively it's tournament play for old heads like us.
Yeah,
And it's for the people who have a 9 to 5 that really can't do the 40 hours a week, keeping in training and stuff like that, to stay on top of the leaderboards and shit. You kind of buy into tournament brackets with all that adult money you have. And,
What adult money do I have?
I know, right?
Do you get money for being an adult?
That was my first reaction. But yeah, no. But apparently, it matches you with other. You have to be at least 18 to participate in their tournaments, and you effectively just buy into tournaments, and they match you by skill set.
also, you have to be 18 and have a full-time job.
And have a
Yep.
full-time job.
Oh,
yes.
well, all right.
That's interesting.
And
Then I'm good.
Can't be joining in working at McDonald's.
If you
What?
work there full time.
Well, if you work there full-time.
If you're like a manager or something.
Yeah, exactly. But no, I really like the idea. It's for people who like to compete, but don't really have the time.
I don't have
anymore
time to compete with those young whippersnappers.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the little teens that kick all our ass these days. Those whippersnappers.
Playing that Fortnite. I
Yeah,
don't
no.
know none of that
Good
stuff.
Lord.
When I get a little scratched together and they get a little bit further off the ground than just League of Legends, which is the only thing right now that they're doing it for, I might
Right.
join in. I might hop on that.
Yeah.
If they do it Overwatch or
Well-
something like that, that would be.
That's
Yeah, they have
that's one of the
plans
ones
for it.
online is Overwatch,
Yeah, they have
TFT, Dota, and Smash.
Ooh, Smash and Overwatch. I'd be set. Yeah.
They're taking a season for 8 weeks, a minimum of 8 weeks, and they also say they have teams signed up from Google, Apple, Robinhood, and Twitch.
Yeah,
Huh.
that's right. Because you can actually sign up as an organization. You can sign your organization up. So if you have a lot of gamers in your business, you can sign your business up on their website as a
Right.
team,
Right.
which is
Yeah.
kind of
That's
dope.
cool.
I really like that idea.
So
the
yeah, you
old,
can
the old GGs.
either
old
be
G.
matched or just take a team there and put into the bracket, I guess.
Yeah. So I don't know. I'm very intrigued by that. And apparently, the requirements for play is you only have to play an hour a week.
I could do that.
I mean, shit,
That's
yeah.
actually doable for me.
Yeah, they're catering very, very much so to the old heads.
I can fail a match a week.
That still want to game.
Oh Lord.
So,
And,
good
but
on you,
Loki,
Loki.
yeah, it was funny because it came out of another option that they were calling Camelot, where you would be able to pay your favorite streamer for a particular set. Like you could donate money to or pay them to only play a game using dual pistols or along that lines. But they felt like they kind of felt like that was a flooded market, so they kind of did away with that Camelot idea, and then that's where low key came from.
Yeah, yeah, because there's actually like Twitch extensions now that kind of already do that.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I think if I'm not mistaken, Loki was actually at TwitchCon when we were there previously.
Oh,
They were one of the little side off booths. Because I'm pretty sure that
See him.
I want to say that I might have gotten a little flyer from them. I don't know.
I'm hoping we all can go this year.
I want to go this year so I can
That'd
just
be
go
dope.
and like mingle and get all up in people's faces.
I can't tell you how much I want to go.
I know.
Servo, I was so heartbroken when you couldn't go with us last year.
I think you were heartbroken.
Yeah.
Right.
I was like, first of all, okay, get this. Okay, so those of you that don't know, I had from February to September when the TwitchCon was long goal just to be able to go. and we got pretty damn close. Not to mention, before this even happened, last year, my wonderful lady offered to buy me the tickets and everything to go, and I was like, oh no, like I just started streaming, like I don't want to go to TwitchCon. Like I've never been to a con before. I didn't know what I was missing out on. So then I'm like, guess some things are gonna happen now, life things, and I didn't get to go.
Life finds
right
a way.
there with you.
Yeah.
Listen, you're gonna be going to lots of cons this year. And we're gonna drag you with us.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. I mean, please attempt to. It's just really difficult.
First stop, Blumpkin Con 2020.
All right, I'll skip.
And Moose is out.
Hey.
You say Lumpkin Con?
I thought they
Blumpkin
said
Con.
Plumpkin.
Glumpkin?
No, I said Blumpkin.
He said Blumpkin.
Okay, good. I thought I heard correctly.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna skip that one as well.
Yeah.
Cowards.
Well, I mean, but what are the cons that we're thinking of actually
Rightfully
attending this year?
Well, we know we're gonna be at a lot of the local ones, in some capacity. We know we're also gonna probably hit Mega this year, since we more than likely have an in already. And then what else is on our agenda? We've got a decent amount of cons that we're probably gonna be at.
Collective Con?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
the collective is a local. We're making. We have plans to make. All of these are just in plan. So nothing is set
Except for
in stone.
TwitchCon. TwitchCon's set in stone.
It's set in stone.
TwitchCon is not set in stone.
It's set in stone for me. I'm going back to San Diego.
I've never been. So
I mean, I
don't
plan on going
know.
too. I plan on going too. I already promised my nephew that I would come back and see him. So I have family out in San Diego, so I can't break a promise to a 6-year-old.
No, you could, but-
let's see.
I try my best not to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
But some of the cons that we plan on hitting, MegaCon, we mentioned, maybe Florida SuperCon, possibly.
yeah. What's the one that we were gonna be at last year, but we didn't get to make it in time? DreamHack.
DreamHack,
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
Yeah.
that's not till much later in the year.
yeah. It's
So,
around TwitchCon time.
Hmm.
It is.
I think as long as everyone has the availability, and I don't think it would take much capital, but I think DreamHack is very doable.
Yeah.
So I've been saying that for the last 2 years. So if I can make it happen, I'll make it happen. Ancient City is another local. We mentioned Dragon Con,
Yep.
Yeah.
Wasabi, EXP. Those are also local conventions, and Twitch. So yeah, got quite a few things in the works.
Hey, Near's in the chat.
He made it.
Near. Yay.
Oh, he's finally done slapping spaghetti.
Oh. Oh.
Have any of you guys ever been to PAX?
My friends
Lad
have gone, and
has.
I wanted to go.
I have. I went to PAX East in Boston.
How
I
was it?
wanted to go to that so bad.
It was phenomenal. I was kicking myself because that was really my first PAX. So
Oh,
I didn't know what to expect, so I was grossly underprepared for it.
Mm,
Yeah.
I've heard it's fantastic.
I'd
Yeah.
love to go to PAX and PAX Unplugged.
The difference that I would say is that PAX is more top of the line companies.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's like high end conferences, you know?
Right. And it'll probably be like, yeah, you got a business card, and then they drop it in the pile with all the thousands of other business cards.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Oh, yeah.
DreamHack is on a more local
Yeah.
scale,
Yeah.
and you have more of a rapport with some of the companies that you meet there.
See, here's what we do. We make our business card memorable. We light it on fire, and then we hand it to them. And then
Oh, no.
it'll be burned into their memory.
Then it
Nah.
explodes.
Literally.
Explode.
Nah, see, there was a girl at
No
freaking
survivors.
Hall Mat this year in Artist
Oh, that'd be
Alley.
fun.
Her business card was like almost see-through. I didn't even think that there was anything on it. I just saw like a row of like almost translucent cards, and I picked it up, and there's detailing on the actual card, but it was like etched in, so you wouldn't see it until you looked at it. And I was like, "What the fuck is this?" But it was the coolest business card I've ever seen because I thought it was just a row of plastic. I don't know what they were, but I picked it up anyway.
So
I
I
don't
got
know.
I got one of the coolest business cards that I've ever seen, which was like this person at TwitchCon did a lot of Lego building on stream. Like they were known for like a lot of building and creation like type of things. They etched in their information onto the side of a Lego brick, and then we're just handing out Lego bricks to people. And it was like,
There you go.
that's a way to
Talk
be
about
remembered.
branding.
Okay.
Yeah. Definitely good for
I
branding.
like,
for sure.
I like that. All right, we're getting
Yeah, it's
Legos.
certainly memorable.
It really was.
Everybody buy Legos. Who can etch into the side of Legos?
I don't know.
Hey,
I'm gonna be
Katie's in
handing
the
out live
chat.
phoenixes that have the logo painted on the side.
Everybody gets a bird. And we paint it.
Everyone gets a bird. What if I'm scared of birds?
Well,
It's
it's
just-
too bad.
It makes it better actually that you're scared.
It just
You can
recites
remember
all.
that.
It just recites all of our information repeatedly.
Oh god.
Like, hey Chibi, what's wrong with you? You look a little frightened. I've been chased around all fucking week by this goddamn phoenix. It's been shouting about these Remnant gamer people. I can't get away.
It's trying to claw my eyes out. I swear to God.
Yeah,
I don't think it
know
likes
if
me.
Phoenixes will work. No. Bags. Oh, what? As Blade says, you guys should pass out bags of ash with your details on the side, like on a label. What are we giving away? Like,
Oh, okay.
like literally, like urns, like ashes.
Yeah, I would do it.
I don't know if that would
We
go
could.
well with some people.
That would go over well with me.
Here's what we do. We just have like a giant baggie filled with ash. We don't have to say where we got it from, and when we just pour the ash into the people's hands and then slap a business card on top of it.
What is this? An initiation? Like, you know,
I'm like,
like a blood oath.
Yeah.
You are now part of the Remnant gamers.
I mean,
start chanting.
They'd be like, no, the fuck I'm not.
Yumma 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 yumma
We'll
yumma.
just start singing random Latin. That's what I'll do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like what the hell?
we're gonna get banned from cons so fast.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, but they're definitely
These guys over here are fucking smashing like dead people's like body parts or something with a.
Oh, that's a great idea, Near. He's like business cards in the shape of a phoenix feather. That's pretty
Oh
good.
yeah.
That is pretty great, but I
That's
like
a good
the
idea.
personal bird idea.
No, you
Just-
bird. I don't want a bird.
Well, you're not gonna have it. It's gonna be for everyone else.
No.
I don't
What
want
we
a bird.
could
You gotta give 'em
do,
away.
so we could hotwire an old Dodge Charger, and then we could just crash it through the side of the convention, jump out, scream "Remnant Gamers," and then run
How
for
did
it.
we go from like ashes to birds to like literally destroying buildings?
Wait,
Kool-Aid? Why are we doing the
wait a
Kool-Aid
minute.
Man? Like,
Wait a minute. Actually, the bird came before the ashes. I just have you know. It was the bird first, then the ashes, and then we're going to hit
Is,
Kool-Aid.
is this like the chicken
oh, yeah.
came before the egg scenario? Dude, this has gone off rails now.
It's like,
Oh lord.
Yeah,
just drive a
Beware
car
of
full
us.
of gasoline into a building.
yeah. Beware of us if you
Remnant
see us
gamer.
at conventions. We'll light your shit on fire and we'll give you birds.
So this is
I'm
gonna
looking
go
up.
one of two ways. Either we're gonna have no one show up to any convention we go to now, or too many people are gonna show up expecting this kind of shit.
They're gonna
we'll
expect
become the
birds.
death clock of podcasts.
Actually, hold on. I'm
Murder
looking
face,
up.
murder
Last
face.
podcast, they killed like 10 people. These fucking birds. These birds came out of the sky and just started grabbing kids. Wow, bro.
It's just a bunch of birds on fire. I don't know what to do.
Hold on, I'm looking up the price of birds right now.
Sacrifices, exactly, Katie. Sacrifices.
Oh
Sacrifices
my
in the
God.
name of gamers.
Next week, Lad's like, you know what? I don't think fire-covered birds would take that much capital. I think we can do this.
Price of birds.
Yeah, guys.
Hold on, price of
do it.
birds in bulk.
There
We
you
should
go.
We'll just
Bulk
get
birds.
fake birds. We're just gonna get like fake birds that you can get at like Target or something.
If they
Little
don't go
display birds.
"Caw" and are on fire, then it's not gonna.
Exactly.
So I'm more concerned as to who's buying bulk birds and why.
But see,
There's
now-
actually a site for wholesale birds.
Wholesale birds, come get your knockoff birds here.
Oh my
Oh
god.
man.
You want birds? We got 5 for a penny.
But see, what friggin' Servo
Those
said
birds
just
are
made me think of like what is it from Fantastic Four? The flaming torch? Is that
Flame
like,
on.
His
The-
except he
the
goes
human-
caca,
oh my
and then
God.
just flame on.
The Human Torch.
It's the
That's our
flaming torch,
mascot
but it's
from
the
now on.
bird.
Man,
Flaming torch.
put some respect on his name. It's the Human Torch.
Hold
Is there
on.
respect
Hold.
on his name.
Just
Yes, it is Human Torch, not the Flaming Torch. It's,
hang on, Katie.
put some
Katie,
respect on his
Katie, I'm
name.
worried.
Whatever.
Katie, why do you know that you can buy bulk ladybugs on Amazon? What have you done?
I've heard about that though. I actually have heard of that.
She's like,
Are they
"Oh, I'll play a
alive?"
Prank on my friend.
They
Throw the
are.
star with ladybugs.
They start out alive. I mean, it depends on what happens mid transmit, but yeah, supposedly.
Near say we could pass out mini bottles of Fireball.
Yeah. Can we
That's
do that?
great until we hand a business card to a child.
I was gonna say, I'm like, I don't think
You know
that
how
would
we can
work in
avoid
all
that?
instances.
Instead of little bottles of Fireball, we can have little Molotov cocktails and just smash them on the ground.
Oh
Remnant
yeah.
Renegade
That's a great alternative.
Yeah, 'cause
Instead of
then
getting
it-
them drunk, we're just gonna light them on fire.
The
Yeah,
the last podcast they lit like 10 kids on fire.
Yeah,
I'm never missing another show, bro.
Doesn't matter if they're children or not at that point.
This is
People.
This is the
speaking of that
situation where-
podcast,
That's just
I should be
fire.
getting my Nani shirt in soon, and I'm
oh
very
boy.
I'm so
Alright.
excited. I cannot wait.
I have to agree with every level. I mean, not only to be banned from conventions, we're also going to be doing jail time by the end of the
Pretty
year.
much.
hmm
Oh, yeah, for sure.
This
Think of
is
the
much less a
publicity.
podcast stream and much more of us deciding how we want to go to jail the coolest fucking way possible.
Just think of the
I-
publicity.
How do you want to go to jail?
I don't want to go to jail.
It's like, how did you get here? He's like, I downloaded a car, and then it's like, oh well, I threw a Molotov business cocktail right into the middle of the pond.
Yeah.
Molotov business cocktail.
It's a cocktail, but it's wearing a tie and suit.
Not for long.
Good day, sir. Smash.
Yes, Katie, get bail money ready. So
Yeah,
It's
clearly.
yeah, gonna need a lot. This is gonna happen more than
Yeah.
once.
I will be
like
screaming
this.
Nico Nico Ni as they drag me off to jail. Absolutely. They need to know what they're dealing
Hashtag Molotov business cocktail.
cocktail.
with. Nico fucking Ni.
I'm patenting that tomorrow.
Oh, so what were our hashtags tonight? It was hashtag Moose Rage.
Yep. Hashtag Moose Rage.
Hashtag,
Molotov business cocktail.
Hashtag Moose Hunting Grounds.
and hashtag xCloud.
Awesome.
Moose Hunting Grounds.
Oh,
And
my
Molotov
Lanta.
business cocktail.
I like it.
There you go. We get a new hashtag every week.
Hell yes.
What happened to hashtag chocolate chibi?
Ah!
It still needs.
Ah! Let's retire that one.
No.
I refuse.
No.
Let's lean into
Hashtag
that.
chocolate chibi's eternal.
Wait, chocolate chibi's
People
a turtle.
Hashtag chocolate chibi.
Oh god. Is that what we're gonna have to give out as like Christmas gifts now?
Oh yeah, we're just gonna give out little chocolate chibis.
Yeah.
Nice.
We
Well,
had
well,
the idea all along right in front of us.
Yep. This
Yeah.
isn't the first time that we've come to this conclusion at all.
That can be done.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's all right. The
This
next
is
year
the
we'll
way.
do a calendar of just everybody's feet except for mine.
Hell yeah.
Except for mine.
We're doing feet calendars now?
Wait a minute. You can't come up with the idea and then gracefully bow out. Your
Yeah.
feet gotta be in.
You
Your
just
feet gotta be-
volunteer us all for a calendar. I don't think that's enough.
Because Jono and Latuan are all about taking photos of their feet, you know,
Hey,
or
yeah.
doing something with feet, you know.
Listen, I need the money.
All right.
we,
Well, I
we
mean,
can have a Patreon stretch goal to not include my feet. Ain't nobody want to see that.
stretch goal to not include the calendar.
I'll even dress my feet up and everything. I'll have each toe in different cosplays.
Yeah, so it'll be like super festive for Christmas. So
Yeah.
okay, we'll just do the
This toe is
calendar for
Shinji,
Jono
this
and
toe is
Latuan.
Asuka.
Oh god.
This will be great.
And this little one is Shinji wee all the way home.
Yeah. Exactly.
Look, you guys are kidding around. You guys are kidding around, but this foot calendar is becoming more serious by the minute.
Oh, I'm deadly serious. I'm always serious.
I'm telling you,
Cereal.
if somebody shows up and like, hey, I buy a foot calendar, like that's all we need. That's the start.
All we need is one person to say, "I'll buy a foot calendar." Just right there in chat.
Yeah. Near goes, Cletus dislikes this calendar.
Unsubscribe.
Hey, we already got somebody wanting some chocolate chibis.
Listen here, Cletus Von Bayou. I will give you a web feet calendar.
Now it's wet feet. First it was cosplay feet calendar. Now it's wet feet calendar.
Well, it can be both.
I don't
Web.
need-
I can.
No.
Whatever.
Webbed feet are creepy. They creep me out, man.
You don't like birds. You don't like web feet.
So
what is
what- yeah,
going on?
I
If
don't
they're
like a
on the
lot of
internet, aren't they
things.
all web feet though?
So are you just like against? Are you against mermaids? Is that the thing? Are you against mer
They have
people?
a tail. That's
You-
not webbed feet.
It's a
You know damn well they got webbed hands.
It's one.
The one web.
Hands are different from feet. Feet are just gross.
Feet are just lower hands.
Bingo.
No.
You
If
don't
only if
think
that
of-
was the case, people would take care of their feet more, and they don't.
People don't take care of their hands.
Yeah, I was about to
Trust me,
say,
your,
like,
feet your hands would be just as gross as your feet if you wore socks and shoes on your hands all day.
I
yeah,
wish
like,
I did.
what, you ain't never dropped a cheese stick on the ground and then picked
Picked it up with your foot. Yeah.
No.
What noise?
Absolutely not.
Was there a noise? Did I not hear a noise that happened? Katie's asking what the fuck was that noise?
I didn't hear it.
I'm confused.
I have no idea.
Well, if I'm gonna die, it's at least it's live.
Bleep bloop.
Oh, the
I'm
one that
gonna
came
be
out of my
banned.
mouth. I can never like explain the noises that come out of my
Kevin
mouth.
Da Vinci, make a bird's feet calendar. There we go. Done.
I like this.
There we
Mm.
go.
A lot.
I have shoes for hands.
See, look at that. We got 2 years worth of calendars right here. We got Jono's cosplay feet calendar and we got bird feet calendar.
I think that's
Hey, Dave, don't forget my feet calendar, my chocolate chibi feet calendar.
Yeah, there we go. We got chocolate chibi feet. Next 3 years,
Yeah.
set. You want calendars? We got
perfect.
you.
Faces on all your little toesies.
God help us.
Only
I
available to Patreon supporters.
I love and hate all of this.
No.
You hate how much you love it.
God.
All the love.
Uh,
So
No.
Or disgust sounds.
I think we've ran this train off its track as much as possible.
You're correct. We're at a little over an hour now too. So
Yeah.
is there any last bits of things that we want before we wrap up?
Yes, there is. Absolutely.
Yeah?
Because
We gonna talk
there's a
about more
thing
toast?
coming up. No, God, no.
Oh, okay.
We're gonna be talking about those gammies that we could possibly get, nominated
for.
and or voted for.
Mm.
Yeah.
You guys should all vote for Remnant Gamers if you guys.
Yeah,
didn't know
as fave
Really cool
local
podcast.
streamer or favorite local podcast.
Does anyone got that link to put up in the chat?
Do we have
I
a
am
link?
looking for it now. Hold on.
The Gammy link. Yeah, so the Gammys is a local award ceremony for GAM stands for Gaming Arts and Music for those that aren't aware, and Remnant Gamers has been nominated for what was it? Best local podcast.
Yeah.
Well, we haven't. There's people who have. I know myself. I've gone and nominated, but even if they haven't announced the actual nominations, but you can go and nominate and or vote, and then the person who gets the most likes for whatever nomination get the title, and you get this cool blue cartridge thing. It's pretty.
Also, if everyone can go ahead and just vote for favorite local cosplayer being Jono's Toes, that'd be fantastic.
No!
We'll get that trending before the calendar comes out, and then the calendar will release, and everyone will be like, "Shit."
No, I'm running for local cosplayer. Don't you do it? No, I'm just joking.
Yeah.
But no.
Nope, my vote's already locked in.
Definitely
Yep.
vote for her if you're on there. Cheerby_serenade.
Yes.
Let's see. No, all
That
right,
too, but you can
Nope.
totally vote for John.
No, Moose is already voting for Jono's Toes. It's already said.
Yeah, I'm already in there. I'm right halfway there. So mighty.
But no, for real, for favorite local podcast and favorite local streamer, if you guys could vote for Remnant Gamers or whoever locally that you guys know for anything.
Yeah,
You know, if
all
you're
such
watching
good
us,
podcast.
you know, if you
No,
like
don't vote for
us.
someone you know just because you know them.
Yeah, you know.
Vote for someone who's actually good like us.
That's right. Vote for us.
Don't be a jerk and vote for someone who's gonna lose. All right.
Scared to lose. I am scared to lose to Jono's Toes. That sounds like a horrible loss. Such an insult.
That would be
But that would be a great promotion for our calendar. Think how good that would do.
That'd be
All right.
hilarious.
Think how big my toes could
That's
be.
it. That is it. I am added Jono's cosplay toe calendar to the production list.
I'm surprised it's not already on there.
I'm never
So much support. So much support.
Look, hey, wait a minute. We tried to get your toes in the calendar too.
I don't want the toes.
Look at that. You could win best local cosplayer. You could just have Chibi's toes.
I don't want my toes.
You don't want your toes? I'll take them.
I was gonna say, just go ahead and take them off. We'll make the calendar without you.
I'll just pop them off like little Lego pieces. Bloop.
There you go. Yo, yours do that too? Dude,
Yeah, totally.
Oh,
Totally.
so we're using Caroline's toes to write out our business information on the side of.
Oh,
Is that-
Oh, we'll
God.
give those away.
Oh God, no. Anyway, yes,
We'll
go
cover them in
please
chocolate.
if
We'll
you'd
call them
like.
chocolate chibis.
If you'd like to vote, if you'd like to vote for the Remnant Gamers for local podcast or local streamer, there's a bunch of other things, or you can nominate us for whatever. You can do that. But the voting ends on January 11th, so you only have like
6 more days.
6 days.
And if you're
Less than
listening
a
to
week.
this on the audio, that means you have 5 days.
Yeah. But
Or-
the link's in the
or
chat.
less.
We'll provide the link in other places as well as a reminder. You know. Plus,
Mhm.
it possibly gets us maybe an invite to the Gammies. I don't know.
And
They're
don't you want to
super
see
hyped
my
about
toes
that.
dressed up in suit and tie? Don't you want that for the kids?
Don't you wanna?
I don't know if I want that for
Don't
the
you want a
kids.
Fanta?
I
Mhm.
do. I know I do.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm. But yeah. So that was all I wanted to say. Cause why not?
Yeah, no.
Well, what I
it's
wanted
important.
to ask was, how's everyone's AI dungeon crawling been going?
I raged. I raged.
Lackluster.
I did too.
I
Mine
wanted to
got
punish
weird.
Mine.
Let's
Mine
see.
was
What
not
was
listening to me.
I had a particularly fun run through with. I was sitting at dinner with Tiff, and I was just reading what it was saying, and she was giving me the responses. And at one point, she decided to go into her house and attack her father. So I typed that in, and then the AI decided on its own that she went into the house, put her father up against the wall, beat him to death, and then proceeded to do some things that I'm not sure that I can mention on stream. with no like encouragement. It just decided that she was gonna do that on top of the dead body, and so I haven't played it that much since then.
I'm not sure.
Loud in Red Lobster that everybody was looking at us.
I'm not sure if mine like works correctly or not because it keeps going off into its own really random tangents.
Mhm.
So I'll start in like a survivor apocalypse, and I'll be like, okay, so let's go scavenge for supplies, and all of a sudden I'll meet somebody, and then suddenly I'm married to them for 17 years, and we are in a house, and I'm like, I'm sorry, was I high? Did I miss something?
Dude, for real.
And then I try to kill her.
Add details to everything that you do, and it pulls from all these different things. So the more that you feed it word wise, like creativity wise, the more it can like expound on it. Like I did one recently that was a custom. I just typed in my name is Servo, I'm a Twitch streamer, I live in Jacksonville, Florida. Like that was my bio for the custom. And it like legitimately went through like a little scenario where like I was streaming and it made up these viewers that were talking to me and asking me about games. It was really weird. They were like, it was like at one point, someone comes into the chat. Their name is da da da. They type a message. It says, "You should play Minecraft." And I was like, okay, like it was a blast. So you can do some really
Man, so you can just relive Life Simulator.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
Really
Mine
weird.
wouldn't listen to me. I kept trying to kill somebody, and literally every time I'm like, pulls a gun and shoots them. It missed. It kept missing magically. It like stabs the person to death, and they go, but somehow they lived. I'm like, what are you trying to do? This game would not let me kill somebody. It kept magically avoiding
some weird
me.
variables. There was
I was
one
like, you
where
know
it was
what?
like
Forget it.
it kept adding to the end. Like I would be like, okay, go outside and search for a vehicle, and it'd be like, you go outside and search for a vehicle. 1 year later, you are 1 year old. The next line, I'd be like, okay, I get in the vehicle. You get in the vehicle. 10 years later, you are 10 years old. And I'm like, well, what? I was just 1 year old. It should be 11. And it did that all the way up to literally 1,000 years old. It's like, you're 1,000 years old. Like, okay, this has been a weird trip to the car outside.
I just wanted to drive to the store. Now I'm 80.
That reminded me of that, like of one that I had that I was dealing with, like underground, like people, and I asked them like, how do I get out? And they're like, we'll show you the way out. So they're proceeding to show me into a way out. They take me to this room, and they're like, takes you into a room, and they show you an older man and a younger woman laying on the table asleep. And I'm like, who are these people? And they go, this is your father and your mother. I'm like, wait, what? I thought you were getting me out of here. And they're like,
More importantly, why are they laying on a table?
right? I was like, I thought you were showing me the exit. And they go, and they're like, what are you going to do? These are your parents. I'm like, no, they're not. And they're like, it kept changing perspective. I'm like, what is going on? I don't think it knows what it wants to do.
I love that game. It's so much
I don't
fun.
know.
It's-
They were mole men. They were scary.
Nier
So for
says
people
they are your
just
mother and
joining us-
father. They are your
So
dinner.
for people just joining us, and then tune in last week to find out the app that we're talking about. It's called AI Dungeon. You can get it on the Google Play or or the Apple Store as well.
Yeah, it's
Play
on
and
the Apple
It
Store.
is free.
Mhm.
It is free.
I call
Yeah.
it the iStore.
And
It is
if you do,
hilarious.
if you do happen to download it, make sure you jump into our Discord and let us know how your adventure goes.
Yeah.
We have a chat for that.
Oh, you can't see it. Not really
The-
well. Whatever.
The only
It's
rule
on
is
there.
that basically you have to each time you enter something, you have to start it with a verb. So you say like, I do this thing, and then you can add on to it as much as you want. And
Yeah.
the more creative you are, the more the AI kind of gets into the game. It's pretty weird.
Mhm.
It's fun.
There you go. I dropped a link for the Apple Store, at least for people who
Sweet.
have iPhones or Apple devices.
It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun if you're just like sitting there and you're like, yeah, I got some time to kill. I'll just make a dungeon real fast.
Exactly.
That's what I do.
last little thing before we wrap up. It is a New Year's. What did everybody do? What did everybody play for the New Year's?
I went to leaderboard.
So did I.
I played Cuphead and wanted to punch somebody in the face.
Was there can agree. She was very furious. It was hilarious.
I was very angry.
Furlarious.
I have learned that I do not enjoy Cuphead in a cabinet variation.
I played Uno a lot that night. And some Cuphead.
You say
Played a lot
Uno?
of-
Yeah, Uno.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, have you guys seen the new Uno, by the way?
Nuno?
You know?
Yeah, it's called Dos.
Yeah.
Yes, I have.
I
It's
walked
fire.
into that one.
I'm waiting for the the trequel.
Thrace.
Yeah, twice. They'll need that.
Mm-hmm.
I stayed home. New Year's is Tiff and I's anniversary. So we wanted to have a nice night
Hey,
to
happy
ourselves.
anniversary.
Happy belated anniversary.
So we we have been together for 11 years now. Yeah.
Yay.
You like
And,
literally broke a new
yeah.
decade with the new
Yeah.
decade.
That's exactly. So yeah, we ordered food in and watched some TV shows we liked, and then she went to work on New Year's Day. It kind of sucked actually, but we're planning on
Yeah.
doing something to celebrate at a later date.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I stay home as well. I'm not gonna say how long we've been together. I'll be dating,
Ah, come on.
but both of the boys. Actually, my oldest fell asleep before the youngest. I was like, he went to bed by 10, and then the missus went to bed at 10:30, and I was looking around like, okay, I guess I go to bed too.
Guess it's
And
bedtime.
then I woke up at 1 a.m. to fireworks in the neighborhood.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
they still haven't stopped that over here.
Yeah, it's finally died off over here.
Yeah.
And like Blade said, yeah, you got to watch your girlfriend get ready to Hulk smash an arcade cabinet. Yeah. Ha 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 ha. So funny.
That's funny.
Eh. What did you guys do? What did you guys do, chat? It seems like everyone stayed home, which is probably a safe thing to do.
Yeah. Y'all didn't have to deal with the drunkards of the highway, so
Mm.
I didn't drive, so.
I had some.
I always
interesting
Uber on New
people
Year's.
over. That is a good
Don't
idea.
they offer free Uber rides and like Lyft and stuff on New Year's for drunk people and stuff?
Sometimes they do, yeah.
Yeah, I think the prereq is you got to be drunk, but
I don't do
Done.
it because I get drunk, though. I
Yeah,
just do it 'cause
exactly.
I don't want to be the one driving.
Yeah, right.
Whoa, 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 whoa,
Oh
whoa, whoa, whoa.
yeah, like every level said Farah and Farah and all of them were doing like free rides and stuff. So that's always pretty cool. that they
Yeah,
do
that is nice of them.
I think it's like up to $50 though, or something like that.
I was gonna say that'll drive you across town. That's fine.
Yeah.
yeah, that'll get you where you got to go.
Mm-hmm. But I'm glad everyone survived the new year, and we've got a lot of good stuff coming this year. You know,
Yeah.
new year, new you.
Yeah, new year, new fear.
New year, same old dumbass me.
Jeez.
Hope
Well,
you're not afraid of birds.
Or
yeah.
plagues.
Those business cards are coming.
Or Molotov cocktails.
Molotov business cocktail.
Or old Dodge Charger.
They're gonna hear about our Molotov business cocktail idea, and then they're gonna draft us into World War III. You're like, we want your business cocktails.
Fuck yeah.
We're gonna need these.
It's very important.
Like, okay,
Yes.
but only if you subscribe.
If you like, comment, and subscribe, we'll give you a cocktail.
Yeah.
One cocktail for everyone.
One like equals one firebombing.
Molotov cockatiels. Oh my god, stop
Oh.
it.
Yeah. Now it's a party.
Yeah.
See, that's the important part we were missing. We don't put the gasoline inside of the bottle. We put it inside of the bird.
God, the poor bird. He's gonna
He
fire.
doesn't know. He doesn't know there's gas inside him. He's dead.
Oh my god.
He's just a vessel for our business.
And more importantly, we're offering people free cooked food.
Oh god.
Yeah,
It's so dark.
This is.
We should
It can be
probably
dark and light.
wrap it up now
Yeah.
before it gets too dark.
Like banned.
Yeah,
We about to upset some kind of group.
we're gonna get a call from PETA
PETA?
about the treatment of these birds. Well, they can't prove it. Long as we don't do.
Molotov cockatiels.
Call me.
Yeah, as
Call
long
me
as
now.
we don't do it on stream, we should be okay.
Call me now.
I'll fight PETA.
309.
I'll eat PETA.
Oh my god.
All right, guys, we've been Remnant Gamers.
Yes. Please go vote first for a Gammy. Huzzah.
Don't
Have a
forget,
good
you can
week.
find us on audio platform of your choice, and also on YouTube. We are also here on Twitch every Sunday around 6:30 ish. And you know what we didn't do? Who the fuck are you people?
Oh my god. All right, fine.
Yeah. I'm Jono.
Gotta do it then.
Hi, Jono.
Servo.
Anyone else?
No.
Chibi Serenade.
There's only 2 of you left. Just go.
50-50 shot, guys.
By all means. No, you. No, you.
No, you
My
hang up.
God.
No, you hang up. No, you hang up.
No, you.
I'm the direct edition.
And I'm Moose. And this has been a Twisted Metal Money match out back of the back alley of a Tony. Have a wonderful night, everybody.
Have a good week.
Good night.
Nico, Nico, Ni.
Nico, Nico, Ni. Yes.